So UFC Paris is over and UFC 307 happens next week. But before then, we have a few things we need to talk about. Starting off, Brendan Allen, I don't understand how this guy is a ranked middleweight. He has three losses, no, now four losses in the middleweight division. Older ranked fighters, Imavov beat him, Sean Strickland knocked him out, Chris Curtis knocked him out, and he lost to Fluffy Hernandez, not like outside of the UFC. This is one of the most stupid fights I've ever seen. Imavov was one fight away from a title shot and chose to fight down in the rankings against Brendan Allen. And now he's one fight away from a title shot because this fight did nothing for Imavov at all. Brendan Allen chose to dive headfirst into the canvas many times in this fight. Zero fight IQ. He is delusional. I don't understand how he thinks he can become champion. And I don't know where he goes from here. Hopefully, like PFL, one, Bellator, who knows? There was many times where he just dove headfirst in the canvas and just rolled around on the floor. He was shooting for a takedown. He didn't get it, so he rolls to his back and lets Imavov mount him. Later in the fight, you're down 2 rounds to one probably. He won the first round by spooning with Imavov. He got him down and did nothing. He landed four significant strikes in the first round when he had 4 minutes and 45 seconds of control time. It's a disgrace. He really wants to be Dagestani. I'm just gonna let these images play. Like only Dricus can find his way into this position, but Dricus actually gets a win. And the sad part about this is it was a close fight. Imavov proved that he doesn't even deserve a title shot either. Brendan Allen was having a lot of success on the feet, landing shots, landing knees like this up the middle, or like this one right here. He was having success on the feet, and he just said, "Oh, I think I'm Dagestani. I need to shoot for takedowns. Head first into the canvas." Stupid. Dricus even called him out. Tough luck at Brendan Allen. JK, you suck, loser. Brendan Allen has one of the worst replies I've ever seen. Says the one been ducking me since getting in. We don't all get the easy route. Wasn't my night tonight, but I'll still fuck you up. This is the level of delusion that fighters need. Unfortunately, Dricus did not have the easy route to the title. Anyone that can finish Robert Whitaker, that alone is not an easy route to the title. He finished Robert Whitaker. He finished Darren Till. He finished what's his name again? Derek Brunson. Then he went out there, he beat Sean Strickland, and then he finished Adesanya. Brendan Allen, how can you be a world champion? I don't understand how you can be a world champion when you don't even have fucking abs. He is literally not even a middleweight. He should be a welterweight. How are you going to be world champion when you can't even like dedicate your body to the sport? Brendan Allen, if you're not moving down to welterweight, your next fight should be against Chris Curtis. The trilogy, Curtis knocked him out on short notice when Brendan Allen was on short notice the first time they fought. Second time, Allen was fighting Chris Curtis on short notice, and in my opinion, Curtis was winning the fight until he fucking tore his hamstring. They should run it back. I think Curtis will beat him. He has some of the best takedown defense in the middleweight history. And Brendan Allen, well, he doesn't seem to trust his striking. Run it back. Chris Curtis, knockout again. Let's go. If you're Imavov, you went from being one fight away from the title to being like one fight away from the title. Imavov versus Caio Borralho, number one contender fight, probably. This is a really interesting fight. Personally, I think Caio's going to win. But I think that this fight needs to happen unless Borralho wants to take on Adesanya, unless he accepts the fight. This is the fight they should do. Next, we have Benoit Saint-Denis. What do we do with Benoit? Moicano, we'll get to him in a minute, but with Benoit, I've realized that if he is not in a firefight, if he is not going to war trying to finish you in the first round, he's dog shit. He sucks. So, he's ranked number 12 right now, and he's lost two in a row by knockout, well, stoppage. I say that he should fight Bobby Green. Now, this fight makes sense. Bobby was just ranked. He just lost his ranking to Paddy Pimlet. Benoit's lost two in a row. This is a fight that could happen. Bobby's always one fight away from being ranked. The other fight is Drew Dober. Drew Dober, the knockout king at the lightweight division, and Benoit Saint Denis, who goes to war. Drew Dober was just ranked. before he lost to Moicano as well. He lost to Matt Frivola, who Benoit beat. He lost to Moicano, who beat Benoit. Both these guys are in that area where if Benoit loses his ranking, he's always one fight away from a ranking spot. And the UFC wants to build Benoit up. If he's not fighting someone like Gaethje or Dan Hooker, someone that's going to stand and bang with him, then he's like the UFC has no use for him. He's an exciting fighter, and their goal hopefully will be to get him fighting against a striker that'll stand and bang with him. Drew Dober will stand and bang with him. This is a fight that I think needs to happen. Dober is coming off a loss to Moicano and then a doctor stoppage to Gene Silva on short notice. He took that fight on short notice and he lost his ranking before that, but I think this is a fight that they should do. Moving on. Islam agreed to a fight in January. He says, Khabib had said, the UFC offered us a fight in January. We accepted it. The UFC will make an announcement soon, including where it will take place and who Islam's opponent will be. I won't say anything about it myself, but I can say that we are focused on January. Now, you'd think that Islam would be taking on Arman Sarukian, right? But why would Khabib say that it's not his place to say it? It makes you think. If you look at the rankings, obviously Islam is champ. Arman is the number one contender and should get the title fight. Maybe he's injured. Who knows? Oliveira is about to fight Michael Chandler. Justin Gaethje got knocked the fuck out. Dustin Poirier lost to Islam and is retired. I hope he stays there. Dan Hooker could be in line for a title shot. You never know. He is ranked number 5, but I think him and Gaethje are going to fight. Chandler's fighting Oliveira. Beneil is on a 2-fight losing streak. Gamrot just lost to Dan Hooker. Fiziev lost to Gamrot by getting what's it called? Yeah, he got injured. And other than that, he's lost to Gaethje. Max Holloway is fighting for the featherweight title. And then we have Moicano sitting at number 11, coming off a finish over Benoit Saint-Denis. I would not be surprised if by next week, Moicano is bumped all the way up to number 7 in the rankings, ahead of Beneil Dariush. And it would be an insane announcement if the UFC announced Moicano versus Islam for the title in January. You heard it here first. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. See you guys next time.